Good evening. Detectives investigating reports of child sexual exploitation have arrested a man in Coventry on suspicion of rape and supplying drugs. West Midlands Police arrested the 28-year-old in Hillfields around 6 o'clock this morning. A 24-year-old man is also being held on drugs offences. Today's arrests follow the scandal in Rotherham where 1,400 children were abused. Police in Coventry say the situation in the city is nowhere near as bad as it was in Yorkshire.
We work closely with our community, we've worked closely with our partners, we've acted at an appropriate time today with the intelligence we had, and we've acted right away to protect children and society.
A man's been arrested and bailed after a school bus crashed in Hereford. More than 20 people were taken to hospital after the coach overturned down an embankment on Monday. Police identified a vehicle that may have been travelling in the other direction on Home Lacey Road. A 28-year-old man from Reggit has been arrested on suspicion of causing injury by dangerous driving. A mother who fled from Syria after her husband was murdered is pleading with the British government to reunite her with her children. The woman, who asked to be identified as Dilan, is being supported by a refugee group in Stoke-on-Trent, but 4 of her 5 children are stranded in Bulgaria. She says she was conned by a trafficker who was supposed to bring them all to England.
She feels sad most of the time. She said there's no happiness in life without children. Nobody help like they help here in Stoke. They help so much and take care for everything.
Well, we contacted the Home Office and they told us that if a person has claimed asylum in another country and been successful, they cannot expect to be granted asylum in the UK. Thieves have burgled a cash point in Leicestershire using a digger to extract it from the front of a shop. They left the vehicle at the scene before fleeing with the money. It's one of a series of recent raids on ATMs in the area. The latest raid took place at the cooperative food shop in Sapcut at 1:15 this morning. Once the ATM was prized out, it was placed in the back of a Toyota Hilux and driven away. The growing car industry in the Midlands is helping people who haven't had a job in years get back to work. Many, though, are unused to the quality control standards now demanded by firms like Jaguar Land Rover. One of its suppliers has set up an academy to drill the message home to job hunters that working in a factory isn't as easy as it looks. Mark Goff reports.
Amran Mahmood lost his job when Dunlop closed. Desmond Musakiwa hasn't been in regular work for 2 years. Like all these other men, they're desperate for a job. They're at a special academy to help long-term unemployed. It's run by Certec. They have 3 factories making parts for Jaguar Land Rover. Certec staff will assess the candidates in a week. If they get through that, they'll get a 5-week trial in one of the factories. And if they get through that, they get a job. This academy is showing them that in the car industry of today, workers can't be average. They have to be excellent, because the car makers and their customers want the highest standards of workmanship.
The quality standards now have to be world class, and some of these people have been unemployed for quite a long time, so we have to improve that their understanding of what quality means to the business. So we're getting to understand our systems, so like when they come into the business, they fully understand what they need to do.
Amran remembers too well when he lost his job at Dunlop.
Oh, horrible. Obviously, you have to change everything, you know, the way you live. I got kids and everything, so obviously I support them, so just hard, you know, struggling.
I've been in and out of work, nothing really definite, for nearly 2 years. And so I came on this program because I was so desperate to get into work. And it's really helped me going through the training and everything.
The firm's main customer is Jaguar Land Rover. We were invited to film them making the newest model, the XE, on a brand new line at their Solihull plant.
The demands, not just in the luxury sector, but in car manufacturing these days are very competitive. You know, quite rightly, customers are extremely demanding of quality, you know, whether it be body quality or the final vehicle assembly. So our people need to be very skilled. That's not just about new people. We upskill our existing people to meet the demands of new technologies.
Here too, they're taking on long-term unemployed. in their own 4-month training scheme, working with local job centres to find new recruits and then train them for work. One of them was Wayne. After 5 years collecting glasses in nightclubs and then 6 months on the dole, he went on the course.
I jumped at the chance.
What's it been like?
It's been great. I've learned lots of new things. I've got quite a few qualifications from it. Too many to list. But it was great 4 weeks. I met some really good people. Great confidence booster because we had to do a lot of presentations.
I thought it was a factory job, it's just going to be factory work. I thought it would be exactly the same as any other factory. But the level of detail they go to with the health and safety and all the security and everything is exponential.
Back at the academy, they can't get enough people quick enough to feed the demand of a growing car sector in the Midlands.
We are holding these academies every single week, and that's the rate of growth we've got. We are currently at 1,200 people, and we've been looking at the 200 or 300 people over the next 12 to 18 months.
Not long ago, Desmond was told he was being kept on.
Well, it felt wonderful, you know, because it's something that I've really been waiting for a long time, because it's hard to get a job out there, but so I was really chuffed.
And all these men hope to follow Desmond. Mark Goff, ITV News, Birmingham.
National Lottery winners from across the Midlands have been toasting the 20th anniversary of the launch of the lottery. It was the first ever get-together of winners with a combined wealth of £100 million. Lady Luck has struck many times here in the West Midlands over the last 2 decades, and Jane Hesketh went to mingle with the millionaires.
They didn't need to lure the millionaires here with free champagne. They came to celebrate 20 years of the National Lottery. They've all won life-changing sums of money and can still remember what it felt like to have the winning numbers.
And as soon as they told us we'd won, the teletext flicked over saying 1 winning ticket had won £15,528,286. We were absolutely gobsmacked.
Well, when I was told by Camelot, I cried, and then Marie cried as well. So
we cried a lot, really.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Because you can't believe it could happen to ordinary people. You just think it would never happen to us. Like, and when it does, you just, well, disbelief all the time, isn't it, Paul? For months, really.
So they've paid off the mortgage, bought the luxury car and booked the cruise. But what was their biggest extravagance?
Jewellery. Of course, a woman's prerogative, isn't it? You know, jewellery. I just can't resist it. It's been very nice to be able to go out and just buy what I want. Yeah, beautiful.
Probably Paul bought me a designer bag for Christmas, which I thought was wow. My extravagant really was probably the Rolex. It was the most expensive, yeah, because it's beautiful, you know.
Becoming a winner prompts people into all sorts of behaviours. Half of all winners move house within 3 months. A third of them buy a hot tub. A quarter install electric gates at home. Winning tickets have been hidden in socks, biscuit tins and freezers. And the longest celebration was by a syndicate who partied for 2 weeks. One thing is certain, here in the Midlands, our cup does runneth over with winners.
The Midlands itself has just seen so many lucky winners. I think it seems to be getting luckier. In the last 2 or 3 years, we seem to be getting more and more winners. In fact, we've actually now got more winners advisors that help us out in this area to try and compensate for that. But yeah, it's definitely been a bit of a hot spot, and certainly in recent years.
I've learnt today that the collective noun for a room full of millionaires is a wad. Well, this room is worth nearly £100 million. But this is the 20th anniversary of the lottery, and every week £33 million goes to good causes.
Tonight's estimated jackpot is just over £2 million. Anyone feeling lucky? Jane Hesketh, ITV News.
You've got to be in it to win it. Time now for a look at the weather forecast with Lucy Kite.
Wishing you a warm winter. Solar PV from Northern Gas Heating sponsors the ITV local weather.
Hello, well, it's looking unsettled for the second half of this week, staying quite cloudy as well. And a heads up for the weekend, it will be mostly dry but grey and cloudy
with lighter winds. As for tonight, fairly uneventful really, staying dry across the Midlands with cloudy skies. It's going to feel a little bit cooler than it has been over recent nights. 7 or 8 degrees Celsius is our low, and that's how we start the day tomorrow. So dry and cloudy first thing, and then the rain will roll in from the afternoon onwards, sweeping eastwards. So you'll need your brolly. See you later.
Solar PV from Northern Gas Heating sponsors the ITV local weather.
That's it. We're back with bulletins within Good Morning Britain. And don't forget to check out our website. That's itv.com/central for all the latest news, weather and sport. For now, from the Late News team, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your evening. From us, good night.